Some positions on the football field are admittedly afforded more prestige than others. One of these positions is not the field goal kicker. These guys can often be the butt of the joke between fans, but on odd occasions, they can be the difference maker, and sometimes it pays to have a good one. Today, we discuss the longest field goals in NFL history, so stay where you are. At 10, it's Steven Gostkowski. Stay with us. The longtime Patriot specialist joined 5 other players when he kicked his 62-yard field goal in 2017. Gostkowski made the mammoth kick at an elevation of 7,280 feet as he stepped out for the Patriots against the Raiders in Mexico City. As we know, field goals will travel slightly further at elevation, which is why Mile High in Denver is synonymous with long kicks. But take nothing away from Gostkowski, it still takes a ton of power and skill. The Louisiana man had already broken the field goal distance record for the Patriots earlier in the season by kicking a 58-yard effort against the Panthers. Still, he would smash his own franchise's record and place himself 6th at the time on the all-time list. He would also kick another 3 field goals in the same game, bagging himself the AFC Special Teams Player of the Week. We have Matt Bryant at 9, another 62-yard field goal, this time from Tampa Bay Buccaneers kicker Matt Bryant back in 2006. The game in question came in Week 7 as the Buccaneers took on the Philadelphia Eagles. At the time, the kick came in as the second longest in NFL history and even prompted Tampa Mayor Pam Lorio to declare October 23rd the following day as Matt Bryant Day. How many football players have their own day named after them in the city they represent? Not many, we can tell you that. Bryant would also convert another 2 field goals in the same game to claim an NFC Special Teams Player of the Week nomination for the 3rd time in his career. He would finish the season with some pretty good stats, converting 22 of 23 extra point attempts and 17 out of 22 field goal attempts. Who is the best kicker in NFL history for you? At number 8, it's Brett Maher. Maher's 63-yard field goal back in 2019 ensured his appearance on the top 10 longest ever field goals list and meant he was out on his own as the player with the most field goals at 60 yards or more. His mammoth 63-yard effort came from the Cowboys against the Eagles just a week after nailing a 62-yard effort against the Jets. I mean, the man has some serious form. During his record-breaking night against the Eagles, Maher also managed to make another 2 field goals, admittedly from much closer to the goal. But his success might come as a little bit of a shock for the fans of the Cowboys, as Maher is known to be one of the least accurate kickers in the league. Strangely though, the further out he is, the more accurate he becomes. What do you guys put this down to? We have Graham Gano at 7. Also joining Maher on 63 yards is former Carolina Panthers kicker Gano, who also turned out for the Redskins and the Giants throughout his career. His huge kick came on October 7, 2018, as the Panthers took on the New York Giants. However, this one is a little more special than the other ones we've discussed so far, as it was a game-winning field goal. The make also bagged him the NFC Special Teams Player of the Week thanks to the dramatic finale. The kick would also become a Panthers franchise record, and Gano would go on to finish the season with some pretty impressive numbers as he managed 14 out of 16 field goals. Who is your NFL team? Let us know below. Number 6 is David Akers. In 2012, Akers would tie the then NFL record for the longest field goal kick in history as he lashed one down the field from 63 yards. The left-footed effort for the 49ers against the Packers had fans on their feet as it flew towards the goal. The crowd gasped as the ball smashed into the crossbar before bouncing behind to score. The 3rd longest field goal of all time ensured Akers a place in the Eagles Hall of Fame and became a member of the Eagles' 75th anniversary team. It probably also helped as he was named in the 2nd team of the NFL 2000's All-Decade team. What did you make of Akers' kick? We're talking about Sebastian Janikowski at 5. Stick around. The Raiders' all-time leading scorer and also leading appearance maker, Janikowski, tied the then record for the longest kick in NFL history back on September 12, 2011. The Raiders were taking on the Denver Broncos at Mile High and were awarded a field goal attempt in the closing stages of the first half. Up stepped the man mountain we all know as Janikowski to smash the ball 63 yards down the field and over the post to tie Tom Dempsey and Jason Elam's record at the time. The season before the mammoth kick, Seabass would appear in the 2nd-team All-Pro before seeing his career for the Seahawks in 2018. At 4 is Jason Elam. Elam is the 2nd Bronco in the top 4. More on that in a minute. And made his 63-yard kickback in 1998. On October 25th, the Broncos took on the Jacksonville Jaguars, and just as the game was heading towards the halftime interval, Elam stepped up up to attempt a field goal, which many thought to be a pretty silly idea at the time. Of course, the ball sailed through the post, and Elam had equaled the long-standing record. His boots from the game are also on display in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and is no surprise why. Elam also won the Super Bowl twice during his illustrious career with the Broncos before seeing out his career with the Atlanta Falcons. What did you guys make of Elam's monster kick at the time? Kicking off the top three is Tom Dempsey. Dempsey held the record for the longest kick in NFL history for an incredible 43 years. What makes his achievement even crazier is the fact that he was born without toes on his right foot, meaning he had to wear custom-made cleats. He also had an unusual style of approaching the ball from directly behind it instead of at an angle. The record-setting kick came from the Saints as they defeated the Detroit Lions on November 8, 1970. The kick was the game winner too. With time running out, Dempsey launched his Hail Mary attempt, and the ball just managed to cross over the bar. The win would unfortunately be only one of two for the Saints in that atrocious season, but would also be remembered for another 43 years for Dempsey's incredible effort. Number 2 is Matt Prater, another Bronco on today's list. Prater finally broke the long-standing Tom Dempsey record back in 2013 as he kicked a monster 64-yard field goal. Again, the scene was mile high as the Broncos were taking on the Tennessee Titans, and as the game was heading towards halftime, Prater stepped up to attempt the kick. Of course, he set a new NFL record for the effort, as well as another NFL record that saw him score 75 extra points in a single season for the first time. Prater must have believed that his record would stand for some time, especially since Tom Dempsey's record had previously stood for more than 4 decades before he came along. Alas, it was not to be, as the record would not even stand for a decade. Which brings us nicely on to the longest kick in NFL history. Stay with us. September 26, 2021 is a date that will more than likely go down in NFL history. On that day, Justin Tucker broke the 8-year-old record for the longest kick ever seen in the NFL, previously set by Prater. As it looked like the Baltimore Ravens were heading towards defeat in their game against the Detroit Lions, Tucker stepped up to rewrite history, sending home a 66-yard field goal that reverberated around the league. He would end the game having scored 4 straight field goals and repeating his game-winning kicking in the Week 9 win over the Vikings. Earlier this year, he became the first kicker to make the list of NFL Top 100 Players of the Year. High praise indeed. How far do you guys think you'd be able to kick a football? Please give us your thoughts below. Thanks for dropping in on us today, and remember to tune in again next time for some more fun reveals. And why not do us a big favor by liking today's video while sharing it with any NFL heads you might have to lurk on those socials. Why not subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on more great bits in the future. Bye guys.